What up, fish tank people? FishTankTV.com, Dustin's Fish Tanks TV tank. Bringing it to you on a Sunday. How are you all doing today? Hope you've had a great weekend. I know I'm doing pretty well. Folks, working on the TV tank. Going to be doing goldfish in here. Last Friday you saw me doing a little scoop tip, getting out the pool filter sand out of here. Rolling with the black gravel. I've always liked black gravel with goldfish. I've always thought it works real well. The dark color with the contrast with the gold. I also like the larger grade gravel too. With them, a little harder for them to move it around, as easy as sand would be. So we're rolling with that. But it's taking me a minute to kind of get the feel with this 29. So what I'm doing is I decided to work on the hardscapes, the hard part, working on the hardscape today. And I wanted to show you guys what I'm going to do with this piece of driftwood. This is good old OHIO driftwood out of Lake Erie. Shout out to my man Owen up at his place in Rocky River. Pulled this out of the lake, and we're going to go ahead and decorate it up. Today I'm going to show you guys how I'm going to fix this wonderfully beautiful Anubias caupifolia to it. So that's what I'm working on today. I'm going to show you how I'm going to make this all sexy. So here it comes. Alright folks, so we've got our piece of driftwood out here, and I've got this beautiful piece of Anubias. And what I want to show you is this is going to come up here like this, and I'm just going to try to make this the effect. I want to have this up here at the top, and I ultimately want it to stay up here. So I have to, obviously it's not going to stay on its own. If I had any sort of like character in this wood, like cracks or anything, I'd try to utilize that, but I have nothing. So we're going to go ahead and we're going to take it and we're going to tie it on here. Now what I've done is I've went out and I bought this, cheapo black thread, nothing big. And this is the part, this is the part that kind of sucks, but you got to do it. So it takes time, but it's totally worth it. The effect is totally worth it. So you get your long piece, and what I'm going to do is I'm just going to hold it with my thumb, and I'm going to get my finger, and I'm just going to wrap it around here several times just to get an initial tightness. Now you don't want to go too tight around the rhizome, that part of the Anubias, but you definitely want to get this on here pretty darn good. And I'm actually going to use a couple pieces of thread, but you're just going to wrap it around for tightness. I've used rubber bands in the past, but they don't look nearly as good right when you put them in, but they do work really well, actually probably better than thread. So I'm going to just go around. You can see how I'm going around different legs of this, if you will, different little leaves, and I'm really trying to get this good here. So you'll see the roots are coming here. This will eventually do its own thing and kind of attach, but for now I'm just wrapping it around. I actually don't knot it. I'm just going to wedge it in there, but then what I'm going to do is I'm going to immediately follow up with another piece. So you guys can see this right here coming along pretty sick. So I'm going to take another piece of the black thread, and try to get this really securely on here. Going around here like this. Just kind of tie it on here, and this takes a while, but the effect that it gives in the tank is so worth it. And with goldfish you got to make sure it's extra tight, because goldfish could be just naturally pecking at this and kind of messing with it. So this is what you do. This is how I do it. Black thread takes some time, but you want to take your time doing this because you want it to look sweet. So I think this is gonna look real hot when I get all three pieces on here. So here's this one. I'm gonna keep rolling. So I got this rolling here, and I like to do Anubias in threes. Okay, so I do my one up here, one down here, and then one over here. I think just that's a nice general rule with planting species together. Do three of one kind. And then I want to show this here. This actually has a really awesome rhizome on it and really long roots. I actually just wrapped it around the entire branch and was able to make that work there. Now you'll notice there's a little bit of leaf action that's kind of bent the wrong way or whatever. Those will straighten out when they get under some light. So those are just kind of bent a certain way, actually in a tank in the greenhouse, a different direction. They're going to be coming up. So that'll look fine. It's just part of the game. But then I got this piece over here. And what you do is you take your thumb, and I'll just show this here. You take your thumb, this is how I do it. And by the way, I'm using fishing line, I'm using black thread. I know people that use fishing line, rubber bands, what have you. So you just take your thumb, hold the rhizome here, and just kind of hold the root down to it. And the roots will, they love this. They're going to, attach to it. So this is how we're rolling. And I'm really liking the way this looks, I'm not going to lie. So I'm going to tuck that underneath there, and I might, cut it off or just kind of get it in there real good though. And I'm using a lot of pieces of thread. So yeah, that's what's up. And yeah, this is what it looks like in the tank. So if you like what I'm doing, subscribe, share, do what you gotta do. Appreciate your feedback, support. Drop me a comment on how you guys do Anubias. Make it an awesome week, and tank on, fish tank people. Later.